I think it will just be a good wicket. There's no grass on it, so there won't be.
Hello everybody, good evening to all our fans here in North America and a very good morning to our friends back in the subcontinent. Thank you everybody for joining. Tonight on our show, we have a special guest, a guest whose journey has been beyond magical. Everybody talks about it as being a fantasy, but from knowing him personally and following his work, I can tell you, be rest assured, it's more than a fantasy. It's been his lifelong dream, and finally, he can show everybody all around the world what his parents actually saw it back in the backyard where he grew up in Antigua. Beginning with his debut with the Leeward Islands in 2011-2012 season, to USA in 2015, and now the West Indies cricket team in 2019. It's been, like I said, a magical journey. Allow me to welcome and present before all of you, Hayden Walsh Jr. Hey Hayden, how are you?
Hi Yash, I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining and doing this with us, and thank you for reaching out to all the fans. I know these are tough times, unprecedented times, but cricketing heroes like you gracing our platform and sharing your stories brings a lot of smiles to our faces. Thank you.
No, thank you very much.
So I'll go straight to the business. I said a lot of history, a magical journey. Walk us through it. It all began with Leeward Islands, then the USA, which was a big step, and then to the West Indies cricket team. How could you define your magical journey if it has to be one word but not magical?
Can I give 2 words?
Sure.
Roller coaster.
Could imagine, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster. There's been a lot of there have been a few highs, a few lows, and well, I would like to say that I'm still on a high right now. It's just pause for the moment.
Correct. Yeah, like you said, it's paused, it's tough times, but there are a lot of glorious stories that we can talk about with respect to your journey. I'm going to talk about this specific incident that I remember. At one point in your life, you had 2 plane tickets in your hand to choose from. You would land in Miami and then decide whether you're going to Los Angeles to practice with the USA team or you fly to Toronto. And I think you seem to make the right choice. How was the feeling at that point? Walk us through it.
I was kind of upset a little bit. I was a little, confused as to what to do. Mm-hmm. But I really prayed hard to kind of get the guidance as to where to go. I'd like when I made my decision and I got to Canada, I was like, wow, I hope I made the right decision. And yeah, there was a point in time where when I was in Canada, I think I'd sat out for about 2 or 3 games. I was just scratching my head like, I really done myself here, but it really paid off. I just I should commend myself for just kind of sticking to it and kind of making the best use of it.
Absolutely. I mean, there's nobody else but you to be really proud about that decision that you made. And you said it very rightly, 2 or 3 games were actually sitting outside. But then I remember you got those crucial wickets with your leg spins. Most importantly, I think there's one thing that I really love about your game is your fielding. You actually were able to make a difference even when you were not in the playing 11. And that's one reason why I really love Ravindra Jadeja as well. Yeah, I think that's what you do for the countries of the West. How do you take your fielding? I know you take it seriously, but what is it that you develop over the period of years in terms of your training that made you so good at fielding?
Yeah, well, I've always enjoyed fielding. I can remember early in the days. I'm sure you know Devon Thomas, who plays for St. Kitts.
Yep.
I would be training around him. I would see him dive around and throw his body around. So I'd be like, yeah, I can do that too. And I've just developed a habit of just throwing my body around and really, getting rough and tough into my feeling. I I went to school in England and I played a lot of rugby as well.
Uh-huh.
So, throwing myself around as well on the rugby field kind of helped me to translate it into cricket.
Okay.
And you know, I just love to just get down and get dirty.
Perfect. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, a lot of our fans watching this would not really know that you actually played rugby as well. So that's an insight for all of us.
Yeah,
Thanks
I
for
played
sharing that.
rugby and hockey, field hockey as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think that kind of helps. I remember talking to AB de Villiers, and he played a bunch of sports as well, and he said each of that sport had a role to play in the career that it became. So I guess that's been helping you as
Yeah,
well.
for sure, for sure, for sure. Even like what's his name? Josh Butler.
Butler.
He played a lot of hockey as well,
Hmm.
and I think that has contributed to him being so flexible with the switch hits and the dinks and all of that stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now moving from Toronto, the next big thing was the Caribbean Premier League of 2019. I mean, you were the MVP of the tournament. It was like it was Hayden Walsh's tournament. The 5 wickets against Trinbago Knight Riders, and more importantly, I think the one that I enjoyed more were those 4 wickets, especially the 2 wickets that you bowled defending. I think it was just defending 25, 26 runs of
Yeah,
29 balls remaining against Zooks, if I'm not wrong.
Zooks.
That was special. You, along with Gurney, just won it for the Barbados Tridents.
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
So I'm saying you just won that game for Barbados Tridents, and then you were instrumental in that entire journey. How was the CPL journey for you?
It was another roller coaster. As you know, Sandeep Lamichani was there, and I was kind of under his shadow, and
Hmm.
then, he left. But while I was under the shadow, I was really chomping at the bit to get on the field. I was really, you know, I really wanted to get out into the field. So I just said, you know what, I'll just stay ready, and whenever he leaves, then I'll take the opportunity.
Mhm. Absolutely, and you did take it with both hands, didn't you? So CPL was the moment where things started changing. I mean, you got noticed on the global stage. Obviously, the West Indies Cricket Board took you very seriously, and then what you hear next is you're drafted into the ODI and T20 squads against Afghanistan. How was your experience when you got that call for the first time? I know you were expecting it for a while, but how was the feeling when you actually got that call?
And it was like one of them fairy tale dreams. Like I I was kind of expecting it,
Hmm.
but it really when I spoke to the selector, Roger Harper, and I was like, yeah, yeah. Well, in my head, I was like, yeah, yeah, I know you're gonna call me, but it really hit me like when he after he called me the next day, they announced it on their, I think they announced it in a press conference,
Hmm.
and I just got these bunch of um, mail, well, messages from everyone like, you know, congrats. I was like, wow, this is really true. You know, so I was really humbled to get the call. You know, it's something I've been working for years. Ever since under 19, I've been saying, you know, I want to make it to the West Indies team.
Hmm.
So you know, it's just one of those things that you finally, you know, achieved, and you really enjoy that moment.
Totally, I can imagine. Can imagine you feeling like goosebumps at that point. But that was just the start, wasn't it? Like you got a lot of series following that call up: Afghanistan, then Ireland, and then India. I'll come to India a little later. I have one question. The famous ODI win against Ireland. It was a valiant 46. Then of course,
Sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
oh,
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm talking about the ODI against Ireland. 9 wickets down, you and Cottrell batting. Everybody remembers the second last ball 6 that Cottrell hit, yes, but the 46 runs that were scored from the other end, that's what brought the game to that 6, didn't it? What was going through your mind? I know I always call you a leg spinning all rounder, although you're picked as a leg spinner. I've seen a lot of your batting, especially from a USA cricket perspective, and you're a solid middle order bat for the USA. So, how seriously did you take that situation when you walked into bat, and how much did you believe in yourself that you'll be able to get it?
I was speaking to before I went out to bat. I was speaking to the batting coach, Monty Desai, and I was like, "So, how are we gonna do this?" He was, yeah, he was. I actually can't remember much of what he said. He was just trying to assert assert me and trying to um, get me to break it down and you know. But like at that moment, I was just so nervous. Everything just went in and out. But I I I I went with it with a mentality of okay, well, the bad thing that could happen here is that I get out and we lose. So, just enjoy it. And I went out. That I think most sports people know what I'm talking about. Like when you go out and there's a big crowd and you're so zoned in that you actually don't hear the crowd. I literally didn't hear the crowd. I was just like so focused on the ball and whatever is happening around on the field that I just kind of zoned in after like I took my guard and got ready to bat.
Absolutely. You did take up the responsibility as well, and I think that was extremely crucial at that point. Somebody who would believe in himself and his ability had to put his hand up, and you did it on that day. And I mean, I think that game is going to be etched in the West Indies fans' memory forever. If if there is one game. And I said responsibility. I like to mention our show sponsors for this game. Actually, Bonsai Health. They can help you with your prescription drugs. Everybody watching, so please check them out. It's bonsaihealth.com. Now, Hayden, coming to the big tour of India. A leg spinner coming to an Indian soil is always exciting, especially if you come from overseas. You are very excited because you get wickets, you get areas where you can actually make an impact, and you did. I mean, you had an amazing performance in Hyderabad in the T20 when Shivam Dubey was going crazy. You got Shivam Dubey out, and also uh, what's his name, Shreyas Iyer, and then also in Thiruvananthapuram you bowled pretty well. There were two. Firstly, how was the feeling when you start toward India, and did you feel that you got a lot more purchase from the wickets in India as compared to other places?
Well, actually, the wickets in India were pretty good. They were actually pretty good for batting.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say that I didn't get any. I got most of my purchase down in Lucknow. But like when we were playing India, most of the wickets were pretty solid. So I think going to India, it kind of cancelled out all the thoughts that I had about India, where the wickets were going to just rag a mile. um, Especially Mumbai as well. Mumbai is just he's just amazing. Fast outfields, small boundaries, bouncy wickets, where it just doesn't turn left nor right, But I really enjoyed the challenge. I really enjoyed bowling to the big dogs, as we would say, Virat and was Rohit. Yeah, I wouldn't say they are awesome, but I wouldn't say that's they're human beings as well. So
Right.
I think that when I went out to bowl to them and I actually like let's say I bowled a dot ball, I was like, it's not so bad.
Totally. And you said you did not get purchased. Wait until you bowl with the red ball. on those red soil wickets in test matches, you start loving the pitches in India as
Yeah.
a bowler. Being from Mumbai, I can definitely vouch for that on a Mumbai wicket. You can ask a lot of these touring teams when they get those rank turners. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it later in your career when you play with the red ball. But while talking about India, I saw two contrasting styles of bowling. One game, when everybody was going rampant, you're bowling defensive, flat, darting into the wicket, and still managed to contain the Indian batting. Then at the other end, I saw you looping the ball really nicely, getting purchased from the wicket. So, what made you change those two styles? Was it just a situation, or was it the wicket, or just a realization that spinner is the best when he starts looping that ball?
Yeah, well, sometimes I think it would more contribute to situation of the game
Hmm.
and and the pitch as well.
Hmm.
So when I would more loop it when we're in a good position and we can probably splurge a little bit and you
Hmm.
know we can take a little risk. Especially but when we're like on the back foot and you gotta defend a little bit and you gotta stop the bleeding. You've got to realize that, well, okay, well, you've got to try and stop some runs here. So it's just all the situation of the game and also the pitch. The pitch to an extent, but it's more situation of the game. Also, what the captain wants. So if the captain tells you, well, he needs a wicket, then you can say, okay, well, I'll probably toss up one or two, or tell him. Well, if he tells you, well, you know, I need you to probably bowl a tight over.
Hmm.
But in my case, I am more of a attacking bowler. So
Hmm.
um, my captain wants me to get wickets.
Correct.
Yeah. But sometimes you can actually read the game for yourself and say, well, okay, well, I probably need to um, conserve a little bit more,
Hmm.
which I don't suggest. going against your captain's going against your captain's plan. But
Hmm.
if it's up to you, sometimes you can
True.
gamble a little bit.
Right. What's the best ball that you've ever bowled, according to you? If there's one ball that comes to your mind that amazed you as a ball that you bowled, which one was it, and to whom?
Um, I remember I remember bowling a ball to, I think it's what's his name, Fabian Allen in
Hmm.
St. Kitts.
Hmm.
I came back and it was a googly
Hmm.
that just pitched just on the off stump and just went straight through him. I really enjoyed that one.
Awesome. I remember I asked you this question because while you were talking, I just remembered that ball that you bowled to Virat Kohli. It did not get you the wicket, but I think that was the best ball that you bowled on that tour. It was looping, drifting into the off stump. It pitched. Virat was committed with the shot, and then it just went past his edge. And you don't usually get Virat Kohli overbalanced that easily. But you did that on that first tour that you did of India, and I was amazed. I'm like, wow, in a T20, Virat Kohli is off balanced, almost stumped. That was very pleasing to the eye.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, so there's fun knowing all your experiences. There are a lot of fan questions that are coming in here, so I'm gonna try and put a few on. Now that you played in India, you've been so successful in the CPL. One of our fans, Supriya Desai, says, "Were you approached by any IPL team owners when you played for West Indies on the Indian side?"
No, I wasn't. But I don't think they approach you. They
Uh
well, I'm not sure, but yeah, I wasn't.
huh. Do you aim to play for the IPL? Is that a dream of yours? Love
Yeah,
truly
for
for you?
sure. I was being play of the tournament for CPL this year. I was looking out for it. I thought I was on the radar, but I don't know. I guess it depends on what people want, you know.
Yeah, one of your ex-fellow teammates, Roy Silva, says, "Good luck to you." Thank you, Roy, for joining in. We actually
Hey,
did a show
Roy.
with Roy last year, so it was fun doing that.
Hello, Roy. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah, so you said IPL. The other question that was in here was, if there is one skill that you would like to have borrowed from another cricketer, what will it be?
I would love Andre Russell's strength. That
Who
guy,
doesn't want it?
that guy is a beast.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other word to describe Russell. It's like Andre the Beast Russell. That's how his name should be.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then the other question was, do you have any superstitions before you enter to play?
Um. You know, not really. No, not really. No.
Because cricket and superstitions do go hand in hand. I know the greatest of the players had some weirdest of the superstitions. So, yeah, but that's interesting to know. Roy is actually going all out for you. He said he missed this play with you.
Actually, Roy was my roommate for a while. So.
And he did say that. He said you are a
Yes.
silent roomie. That's what he says. Ashok, one of our fans, Ashok is a very genuine fan. He keeps on following us very closely. He says, now that you played for US and West Indies both, what is a major difference that you've noticed? Like practice sessions, dedication, working on the skills, etc.
You know, everyone. I would say that the both associate and um, full member teams, they are just as passionate and they're just as dedicated to the game. But you know, in the full member arena, it's the cricket is just so much intense.
Mhm.
And why I say intense is because let's say you get um, a Virat Kohli out, you still have so many other
Right.
so many other batsmen coming behind of him,
Hmm.
and they all of them can do the same job, and it just you really have to be your body, your mind, your skill really has to be sound and in tune together to really cope with that. But you know, it's it's just a lot more heightened at the full member level. I wouldn't say that the associate level isn't heightened already as well, but it's heightened in a different way. Um,
Right.
you know, so
Absolutely.
it's just the intensity at what cricket is played at.
A follow-up question to this: what do you enjoy more? I'm trying to put you on the spot. What do you enjoy more, playing for the USA or playing for West Indies, or playing for the Barbados Tridents? Let me put it.
Ah, I don't know. I love playing all of them.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I think we've had a fun time with all the fan questions and stuff. Let's get to even more fun. Let's play a rapid fire round here. We're gonna ask you questions, bombard you with questions, and hope to get the first thing that comes to your mind as the answer. Try and be as honest as possible. It's gonna be more fun the quicker you answer. Now, won't put you in the on the spot too much. A little bit is fine, I guess. So, are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
All right. I'll start with the easy ones. What's your favorite cricket team?
Uh, West Indies.
Your favorite room partner?
My favorite. My favorite what?
Room partner? Roommate.
Roy Silva.
I'm pretty sure Roy's gonna be happy hearing that. One person you don't want to share your room with.
Um, Probably the coach.
Who's who's been the laziest teammate on any team that you played?
Kareem Gore.
Oh, I wish to have him on the show very soon, and then I'll ask him the same question and let's see what he says. Favorite captain?
Um,
One
Jason
that you played
Holder.
with and one who you haven't played with either. It's fine. Okay, Holder, the you played with Holder. One that you haven't played with.
Um, I would say Ricky Ponting.
Hmm. A lot of people's favorite. Who's your favorite batsman ever?
Brian Lara.
It was his birthday yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Prince of Trinidad. Your
Yeah.
favorite bowler of all times.
Shane Warne.
Mhm. Your favorite fielder.
Um, John T. Rhodes.
Cliche, but I mean nobody can go wrong with John T. Rhodes, is it? Who's been your role model in your life, the hero that you look up to?
My dad, actually.
Hmm. Yeah, I actually forgot to ask you about that. Maybe if we have some time left, I'll touch base on it towards the end. What's that one ground that you dream of playing on? Like it's your dream. Okay, I want to go and play on this ground.
The MCG.
Nice. What's your favorite food?
I love I love salmon
Hmm.
and pasta.
Uh-huh. What's your most favorite cricketing innings that you ever watched or played or whatever? Any one innings that you have to pick that you can watch over and over again?
What, myself or someone else?
Yourself or someone else. We can do one for yourself and one for somebody else.
Um, for someone else, I've seen Brian Lara made the 400 live.
Oh wow, did you?
Yeah,
Wow.
like I that was so long. I actually missed the day and came back the other day
Hmm.
and got to see him hit the runs to get the 400.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, there's so many innings that I've had
Uh-huh.
that are just um I would say the innings I had against Denmark in Oman.
Ah, right. I remember that. That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was important too, so it makes a lot of difference. Who do you think has the smoothest or the best bowling action?
Spinner or fast bowler?
Spinner.
Spinner. Um, I would say Sandeep Lamichhane.
Diplamichan. Uh-huh. Whose celebration do you love the most? Which bowler's celebration do you love the most?
Bravo.
Bravo, the
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
Which cricketer do you admire the most?
I admire Chris Gale. I admire his his composure and his laid back, how he's just so laid back.
If there is one person from any other team that you would want to be a part of current in this team, who would it be?
I would I would love it to be what's his name? Sorry. um KL Rahul.
Oh, KL Rahul.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's very interesting of somebody to actually say that. I personally see him way more talented than a lot of people, but he gets a lot of slack cut by a lot of people for his inconsistency. Hopefully, the best of him is still left. So, good pick, I would say. If you are not a cricketer, what would you be?
A fisherman.
Fisherman. Ah, your love for salmon, I see that. Who do you think is the toughest batsman to bowl to?
I've bowled to Sachin before, and he's I don't know how people bowl to him.
A lot of people thought, how are we going to bowl to him too, even after they bowled so many overs to him. So, yeah. What is one hidden talent that you have that a lot of people don't know about?
Is cooking a talent?
It is. Cooking is, I mean, especially in these times of lockdown, it is one talent that a lot of people need to have, isn't it? You can't just go to the restaurant and buy stuff all day. So, yeah, definitely a talent.
Yeah, I can say cooking.
I'm glad you didn't say singing or dancing. We could have made you do that on the show. I can't make you cook on the
No, I
show.
can't.
We did that to Saurav Netrawalkar. He said his hidden talent is singing. We made him
Yes,
actually
he's
sing.
actually a good singer. I've heard him.
Yeah. We made him sing live. So
Really?
yeah, he was kind enough to do it for us. So that's a good thing. And last two, three questions now. One rule in cricket that you would want to change if given a chance, if you are given the power.
Um, no, I wouldn't change anything.
Mhm. One person in the West Indies dressing room by whom you are actually intimidated, who intimidates you.
Who intimidates me? Pollard in a way.
The huge figure that he is. He's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, he is. He is. But like, I don't know if you've seen him live. He's
I have. I have. There are two people that I actually got intimidated, really intimidated. One was Matthew Hayden. Saw him live. So broad. He's not just tall. Hayden is so broad. And then the thing was with Pollard was the same. So broad and tall. I was like, okay, yeah, these guys are actually huge.
yeah.
And now last question. I want you to pick three players, one in each format
Sorry,
that you would.
I'm, I'm getting feedback. Sorry,
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
I don't. Hello.
Hello.
Just a sec.
Sure.
Yash.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, there was some issue. By the time we were doing the rapid fire, there are so many nice comments and love that you got from people. Roy said you are his favorite fielder. Uh, and when
Thanks,
I asked you
brother.
about the food, Roy answered it correctly. Actually, he said you're a pasta man, so he does know you. And he also says you can actually sing. You did it in Dubai, so now I don't know whom to believe.
Probably did in the. I probably did in the shower.
All right. He posted it, the comment twice. He sure wants to hear you sing. So I don't know if you want to do it. It's up to you.
No, I'm not singing. No.
So last question I was going to ask you. I want you to pick three players, one for each format of the game that you would actually pay to go and watch.
Three players, one for each format of the game. So we'll start with T20. I would love to see Andre Russell.
Mhm.
Then I would, for one day, I would like to see um, Rohit.
Mhm.
And for Test, I would like to see Current or
Any one player that you would pay for. Yeah.
all right. I'll do Current. Um, I would like to see Jimmy Anderson for
Ball.
Test. Yeah.
The magician.
Yeah.
Swing magician. He's given us, as Indians, he's given us so many nightmares. I can't even tell you. The
Everyone, the whole world.
whole world. He can, that ball in his hand is like a toy. He can make it do whatever he wants it
Yeah.
to. So that was a fun rapid fire. It was nice. It wasn't really rapid, but I think we got a lot of nice, honest answers and a
Yeah.
lot of points that we touched that a lot of people don't know about. I'm pretty sure the fans loved it. There are a couple. Actually, before we go, there's one question, very interesting one from Dune, one of our fans. He says, "How was it representing the USA men's national team? Like, any suggestions you have on making the team better?"
Actually, Dune is my cousin.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, that's nice. We played together in the same league in Tampa, like
Really?
4 months back. Yeah,
All right, right.
this man's pretty huge too. I'm telling you, like if you're talking about
Yeah,
huge,
he's
this
well. I
guy's
haven't seen
pretty
him
huge.
recently.
You see
I
him
haven't
hitting
seen him
sixes, it's like 20 rows back.
recently. um, yeah, I really enjoyed playing with the USA national team.
Uh-huh.
It really gave me the opportunity to express myself and to like make myself find out who Hayden is, um, how we could make it better. We could probably professionalize the team, but also you need to have a strong a strong like regional system. There needs to be a good where you have where you play on turf nets. I mean, not turf nets, turf wickets. You know, everyone is playing at a high level, and that would improve the actual level of the USA team.
Absolutely. Arjun is one of our other fans from Tampa. He actually says, "When are you guys planning to come to Tampa?" For me, I can at least say, as soon as the lockdown goes away, I would love to visit the beaches. Toronto is not that much fun when it comes to weather. So, yeah, hopefully soon. I don't know about Hayden. If he wants to join me, sure, we'd love to do that.
When I get some time.
Absolutely. Stay busy with your cricket, man. There's so much out there for you to achieve. So, all the best. I think we've taken a lot of your time, and it was like thank you so much for doing this with us. It was a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure all the fans must have really enjoyed this. Uh, I mean, it was like I said, very honest and very kind of you to actually show up. It brings a lot of smiles to all our fans across the globe. We have so many fans back in India. A lot of them actually saw you play live, and I've had a couple of guys pinging me saying, "Yeah, I actually saw him bowl live. He looks really promising." And so, thank you so much for doing this. I hope you enjoyed. And now I'll leave the stage open to you to talk to your fans who would like to.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you for having me, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to show the world who Hayden Walsh is. I would like to thank my fans for listening in. I know that you know it's been a while since we've had some cricket, but I just would urge them to stay safe and to stay fit and ready for us to come in and play cricket again.
Absolutely, Aiden. We all are waiting for the cricket to come back soon. Hopefully, it's going to be soon, like very soon.
Yeah.
Uh, thank you, everybody, for joining. It was a pleasure to have Hayden and all you guys live here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please share it with all your friends in your network. Also, if you haven't yet liked and followed our page, please do that with ICN 360. All the different social media platform links are in the post above. Make sure you check us out on all platforms. Thank you, Aaron, once again. And until next time, this is Yash Khandor for the International Cricket Network ICN 360, along with Hayden Walsh, signing off and saying goodbye to one and all joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I think it would just be good wicket. There's no grass on it, so there won't be